What's up, Jabroni Steven here. Welcome back to yet another reaction. Today we are hopping into a pilot program show. Yes, another one. This was a show that was selected by a Patreon supporter. They wanted me to check out the pilot episode of House. I do know what the concept of House is. It's kind of like a procedural at a hospital, but we're following House, who is this like jackass of a doctor. I don't think I've ever seen the pilots, but I do know I've seen episodes randomly. I mean, it's a show that's kind of like on they kind of put it on like repeat and things like that. So I have seen episodes here or there. It's a procedural, so you can watch cases randomly. It's not really ever a story arc maybe, but I've seen episodes and didn't feel lost. It was kind of like this is the crime or the patient of the episode. So I know that the dude from Harold and Kumar is in a couple episodes. I've seen him in a couple. The girl from Once Upon a Time's in it. The black guy from this show, I think is Omar Epps or Omar something. The blonde dude, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna know who he is. In my mind, I think I know who he is. I've seen episodes. Which episodes, I don't know. So just know that. But let's have some fun. Hopefully it's a great episode. If you want the full reaction, it's over on Patreon. If you're watching this on YouTube, at least episode 2 is over on Patreon. Not an ongoing series or anything. Just when it gets requested, we watch it. Things like that. So we're gonna hop in here, have a good time. Hopefully you guys are excited. Pretty much like, comment, subscribe, and here we go. So this is a procedural, so we're following her because something bad's gonna happen to her. Like a procedural, where we see the crime and then we solve the crime.
Why don't you tell us what you did this weekend? Come on.
Please don't let it be one of the kids.
And I told mine, cut back. What?
He's having a stroke. Is that a stroke? What is this?
You know that word, that.
I wouldn't either. Brain tumor. She's gonna die. Boring.
Wow, what an asshole.
No wonder you're such a renowned diagnostician. You don't need to actually know anything to figure out what's wrong.
You're the oncologist. I'm just a lowly infectious disease guy.
Shouldn't we be speaking to the patient before we start diagnosing?
Is she a doctor?
That was in Chicago Fire.
Everybody lies.
That's the lead in Chicago Fire.
Isn't treating patients why we became doctors?
What's his name in Chicago
Treating
Fire?
illnesses is why we became doctors. Treating patients is what makes most doctors miserable.
So you're trying to eliminate the
Can't
humanity.
remember his name. I haven't watched Chicago Fire in a while. I don't know how you guys are gonna feel about my reactions to this kind of show. It's a lot of talking, and I talk, and I feel like if I talk, I'm gonna miss a lot of stuff. I don't know how many people are actually gonna want to hear me talk over this guy. He's like, this whole thing is talking. There's the boss. Clearly, the way he is avoiding her, either that or an ex.
Expecting you in my office 20 minutes ago. Job.
But as the philosopher Jagger once said, you can't always get what you want.
Why would you put a doctor like him in the clinic? That makes no sense. He's the best, but he has to go in the clinic.
Guts to face me.
Or photocopies. You're still yelling.
I'm angry! You're risking a patient's life.
I assume those are two separate points.
You showed me disrespect. You embarrassed me. And as long as I work here, you have
Is
no
the yelling
legal...
designed to scare me? Because I'm not sure what it is I'm supposed to be scared of. More yelling? That's not scary. That you're gonna hurt me, that's scary, but I'm pretty sure I can outrun you.
So he's gonna reluctantly go to the clinic. Why doesn't he want to go to the clinic?
She folded.
Oh, he's about to code.
Becca.
Oh, she's not coding right now. She's not connected to anything.
Probably fell asleep. She's exhausted.
She was claustrophobic 30 seconds ago. She's not sleeping. We gotta get her out of there.
Just be another minute.
She's having an allergic reaction to the gadolinium. She'll be dead in 2 minutes.
Your doctor probably was concerned about the strength of the medicine, too. She probably weighed that danger against the danger of not breathing. Oxygen is so important during those prepubescent years, don't you think?
He's a smart
Hey,
ass.
I'm going to assume that nobody's ever told you what asthma is. Stop the inflammation. More often this happens.
He's realizing the other
More
case.
often this happens what?
Forget it. If you don't trust steroids, you shouldn't trust doctors.
They don't know what you have.
should have told her the truth. It's a long shot guess.
Thank you. If House is right, no harm. If he's wrong, I've given a dying woman a couple days' hope.
False hope.
If there was any other type available, I would have given her that.
Damn, man. It's crazy, right? This is an insane cast.
Garbage medication.
I can't just break into someone's house.
Isn't that how you got into the Felkers' home?
Oh, thought about what's that?
Yeah. I know. Court records are sealed. You were 16. It was a stupid mistake. But your old gym teacher has a big mouth. You should write a thank you note.
I should thank him.
Well, I needed somebody around here with street smarts.
Really, you hired him because he did that?
Okay?
Next day. So I don't understand. What is he to them? Like, why are they working for him?
Doing research. People
Are they his residents?
Why are you giving Adler steroids?
She's my patient. That's what you do with patients. You give them medicine.
I can't see.
Wait, what?
I can't see.
The fuck, man? Did she just die? That's
Your
just,
chest will be sore for a while.
ooh, that scared the shit out of me,
To shock
man.
you.
Hell, I might not be able to arrange those to tell a story. You better give me like half an
She couldn't
hour.
put them in order.
Oh,
Could the
wow.
damage have been caused by a lack of oxygen during a seizure?
No, I gave her the same test 5 minutes later. She did just fine. The altered mental status is intermittent, just like the verbal skills.
Oh, shit.
So
It has its own time frame. When we see how fast it's killing her, we'll know what it is.
What the hell?
and by then, maybe there's nothing we can do about it.
That's the risk?
There's got to be something.
That's the way we're doing this?
Something better than watching her die.
Well, I got nothing. How about you?
We about to let... What a weird way to figure this shit out,
Cameron,
right?
I need you for a couple of hours.
What's up?
When you break into someone's house, it's always better to have a white chick with you.
Adler's house? Why don't we just ask
Nice.
her for a
He's taking the Vicodin for himself. And he's got...
So you went to a better school than I did. You got better grades than I did.
So how'd you get the job? You stab a guy in a bar fight?
Ooh, how did you get the job? Ooh, she's doubting why she got the job because he got the job because of being delinquent.
It's not a tumor. She's getting worse too fast. She can't stand up.
No toxins, no medications?
Nothing that would explain these symptoms.
Family history of neurological problems?
Not that I can tell from her underwear drawer, but she's definitely not your cousin.
Really? This guy's...
You don't even know her name. You called her Rachel. Her name is Rebecca.
Ooh.
Yes, her name is Rebecca.
Who is she?
I call her Rachel.
You idiot! Listen, he's not you. Him.
What?
You said you didn't find anything.
Everything I found was in
You
my...
found ham.
Yes.
So?
Where there's ham, there's pork. Where there's pork, there's neurocystic
Type 1. You think she's got a worm in her brain?
It fits.
I was just with her. She doesn't want any more treatments. She doesn't want any more experiments. She wants to go home and die.
Dear Jesus. Okay.
I just want to die with a little dignity.
There's no such thing. Our bodies break down, sometimes when we're 90, sometimes before we're even born, but it always happens and there's never any dignity in it. I don't care if you can walk, see, wipe your own ass. It's always ugly, always.
Yeah, well,
We can live with dignity, we can't die with it.
yep.
I solved the case. My work is done.
Oh, wow. That's
Patients
why.
always want proof. We're not making cars here. We don't give guarantees.
I think we can prove it's a worm. It's non-invasive. It's safe. I'm not completely sure, but I thought I'd...
What's the damn idea?
Have you ever seen a worm under an X-ray?
A regular old, no contrast, 100-year-old technology X-ray. They light up like shotgun pellets.
Hold still, Rebecca.
Say what? It's literally just pills.
2 pills.
Yeah, every day for at least a month with a meal.
2 pills?
Yeah. Possible side effects include abdominal pain, nausea, headaches, dizziness, fever, and hair loss.
Does it matter?
Kind of hard to work for a guy who doesn't respect you.
Why?
Is that rhetorical?
No, it just seems that way because you can't think of an answer. Does it make a difference what I think? I'm a jerk. The only thing that matters is what you think. And I hired you because you are extremely pretty.
Ooh.
You hired me to get into my pants?
I can't believe that would shock you. It's also not what I said. No, I hired you because
You're
you
pretty.
look good. It's like having a nice piece of art in the lobby.
I was in the top of my class.
But not the top.
I did an internship at the Mayo Clinic,
You were a very good applicant.
but not the best.
Would that upset you? Really? To think that you were hired because of some genetic gift of beauty instead of some genetic gift of intelligence?
I worked very hard to get where I am.
But you didn't have to.
If anyone asks, you have 11 daughters and 5 sons.
Hey. That's cool. Wait, is it? What the hell? That was a weird ass ending. All right. Well, that was episode number 1. That was a solid episode. Like most procedurals that I watch, it's gonna be about the characters. So all the characters seemed interesting. We didn't really get to know them that well yet. The case itself was intriguing. It's kind of crazy to think about that, like one little pill or 2 pills essentially were the difference between life and death. But I do like the way that it kind of like does like the going in through the body thing. I know that's a weird thing to like, but I actually thought it was interesting when it would go, when we would like see the like whatever's happening to the person's body. I don't know if that's like a thing that's gonna be recurring in the show, but I did enjoy the way that happened. The cast for the most part is interesting. I like the house guy. He's funny. He's straightforward. No bullshit. I like it. Other than that, I'm not really sure what we can grab from the episode. It's a show that I would keep watching. It seems interesting. It's going to be a case-by-case basis. I'm pretty positive this house guy has been nominated for a bunch of awards. I'm pretty sure he won a couple or nominated a bunch of times. Because I watched the Emmys and stuff, and I remember just seeing him constantly, his name popping up. So, but yeah, let's break down the episode. We'll see. I'd probably give it like a 7, maybe an 8. Again, it's hard to judge because again, this is I don't know when the show came out, so it might have been the first show to do it with medical stuff, might not be. It is a procedural, so I'd be very curious to see what year this show's from. I have no idea, but I enjoyed it. I would continue watching and kind of keep going from there. But let's see. I even like the way it started. I thought the way it started and the way that she kind of like broke down for a second there when she was running, I thought it was like the 1980s. I don't know why. It gave me that vibe. I like the way that she kind of started mumbling. She wrote on the walls, asking for help. I thought it was a really, really solid intro. I could see that being an intro that if you watching the beginning of the episode, it's something that when it happens, I can see many people continuing to watch, continuing to be intrigued by it. And just because like it's a great 3 minutes like of the way that they broke it down, right? And then it hops right into house. I'm kind of speaking with a colleague who we find out later is his friend. He says that it's cousin when it's not. And then we got all this stuff with the bloodstream, him looking at the x-ray. Like I was saying during the reaction, I don't know how many people are actually going to enjoy me watching a show like this, because it is a lot of, medical speak, a lot of talking, a lot of breaking things down. You guys that watch me know that I talk. More than likely, I'll talk over things, miss out on things and things like that. But let's see. We see that he doesn't, he's pissed off his boss. He's not doing what he's supposed to. I don't exactly know why he has to do the clinic thing. Now, is that a thing that all doctors have to do? Like, do you have to work in the clinic a certain amount of hours a week? Is that like a thing? Maybe makes sense, I guess. I guess no doctor would be like, oh yeah, I grew up to be. I went to school to be a doctor or work in the clinic. It's like, you saw the cases that he was getting there. Idiot parents or idiots in general, basic stuff, and he does not. He seems like he only wants interesting cases. I would love to see the chemistry between the not House. I don't know what they are. I was asking. I don't know why he has them. He's just a doctor. Why does he have a team? I don't know. I don't know where in a hospital you would be given a team. Where the rankings would fall for you to have a team of doctors under you, because he hired them all. Therefore, they work for him. They don't have to answer. Or I'm guessing they only have to answer to his boss. But the other guy, does his friend have a team? Also, does his friend? Because House doesn't wear a white coat. Everybody else did. He said he's tenured, so he can't be fired. But is he the only one that's tenured? So I would like to see the dynamic between the three people under him to see how that would work. And I also thought is it Kal Penn, the one guy from Harold and Kumar, I think he's Indian. I thought he was in the show, but he's not in this episode, so I don't know. Maybe he's not in the show. Maybe he comes in later. I love the way she blackmailed him to get him to work in the clinic. I love how honest he was with him. He was talking about why he hired the people. Get the guy that's orange. House figures out that he's been cheated on. What's this guy's name? He says his name is Chase. So we see that he's kind of like he seems like the most sentimental one of the crew. He's the one that was talking to her, getting to know her and things like that. He said he was hired because his dad called in a favor. I thought the little interaction with the kids was fun. I thought his interaction with Omar Epps, and he's saying he hired Omar Epps because, he's a doctor with a record. So she's getting better, then she gets worse. This scene scared the ever-living shit out of me. When she's like, I can't see. That scene was done so well. I jumped. Play here if it lets me. I thought it was done well. Then she's sick again. She couldn't put the pictures together. House is trying to figure it out. He's like, he doesn't get it. It's this one guy who needs the pills, but he gives the guy placebos. Break in, we find Ham. We don't find anything else. Omar Epps' character, whose name is...
Am I supposed to respect their food?
Name is Foreman. Eric Foreman. Seriously, that's his name.
More than I respect their DVD.
So he asks him about, or he's telling Cameron, I think it's her name, about why the doctor hired him, which then asked her. She started thinking about why she was hired. Gotta get going in a minute, so let's kind of push through this real quick. They can't figure it out. They don't know what it is. He actually figures out here, I think that's a tapeworm. She doesn't want to get cured. She's tired of it. Or she doesn't, not that she doesn't want to get cured. She's tired of being poked and prodded and done. Then the doctor kind of gives his whole story. We find out he had a stroke, or the leg version of a stroke. We then get a whole nice little speech, a whole nice little moment here. She still says no. I thought after that she was going to get it. She didn't. Chase here figures out that there's a way to figure out if she has a worm, because if she has some in her brain, that means there'd be some in her leg. Get the thing where it's 2 pills. 2 pills would have essentially cured her and saved her life. We then get Cameron asking him why he hired her, and he point blank says it, because you are pretty to look at. He says, I mean, it's more than that, but he does say it's because you're pretty. He also brings up the point that the fact that you're so pretty and you didn't have to work as hard as you did, but you did. He likes that. he also thinks she's damaged him some way, which I guess we'll find out later in another episode. And yeah, that's it. And I like the way that they subtly showed that he did find his wife cheating. That he helped earlier with the orange. And yeah, that's the episode essentially. At the end, we get a little comedy moment. We see that his friend lied to him to get him to help somebody else. That's the episode. Like I said, rock solid. I could see somebody giving it a 7 because it's kind of a procedural, but I could also see somebody giving it an 8. It'd be one of those shows that, depending on the chemistry of the characters and what the story is going on, will depend on what the score is of the episode. But you have to mix in also the case that we're working on. Mix those together, and that's how you get it. I thought the case was interesting, although nothing too crazy special. I like the characters. We didn't really get to know them that much. So overall, I'd give it like a 7 or an 8 in that range. So that's just my reaction. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Head over to Patreon for the full uncut, unedited reaction. Episodes extra early over there if you want them. If you don't want them, that's cool. You can get episodes here whenever they show up. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll talk to you guys later.